Welcome to Woodwind Golf Club. My name is Doc O'Neill, and today we are on Meet Our Team. Today we are with our three professionals from the Academy at Woodwind Golf Club. First to my left is John Hoover, then Mark Matthews, and Brad Fellers. Guys, I think that we have been able to set ourselves apart over the last 3 or 4 years with our Academy. Maybe you can give our viewers some of your thoughts as to why we've had the success that we've achieved over these past 3 or 4 years. John?
Well, Doc, I think the first thing is to go back to 2009, where we've come from there. Getting Mark Matthews on board as part of the team and the expertise, what he brings from his years of experience with ping and club fitting and club repair as a technician there, and then bring Brad Fellers down from Swan Lake Golf Academy and the expertise he brings, again in club fitting, but more importantly, short game Sam Putt Lab.
Mark, any of your thoughts?
I'm happy to be part of the team. I think what I see us doing a little bit different is a real attention to detail. I know that sounds simple, but club fitting and all the things that I do require real detail.
Absolutely. Mr. Fellers?
Yeah, I think the offerings that we have, we've expanded each year into what clubs we offer. We have currently 7 fitting systems, which to my knowledge is as much as any green grass facility probably in the state, if not the Midwest. So there's really no bias when people come in here. They're going to come in with an open environment to where they really truly get tested for the right stuff from a fitting standpoint. From an instruction standpoint, everybody has a little different style, so it's not a cookie cutter mentality when you walk in here.
Well, you know, one of the things that you touched on was technology. And I think some people are kind of afraid of technology. Some people seek it out. And I think in the past, people were a little bit reluctant to really study the technological aspect of golf. We do a great job here with TrackMan that John can talk about, and Sam Putt Lab that you can talk about, Brad. And I think that the benefit that it brings to the golf business probably is a little bit misunderstood, or maybe people just don't know. But John, if you would, tell us about TrackMan, how we incorporate it into our business here at Woodwind.
Well, I mean, the best thing about TrackMan is many of these launch monitors out there, it's just data gathering, so we can make better decisions on what we're trying to do, whether it's instruction and or club fitting. So we can make better decisions and in the end make the golfer better.
Does someone, when they're going through a TrackMan session, John, is there anything different about me? Could they get up and hit balls, and how does it read all this information? How's it showing? And hopefully we'll be able to show the customer and the viewer today really what we're talking about through some of our video work that we have available to us. But take me through, what's it like? What happens?
I mean, to give you an example, if you came in for a driver fitting, you're going to hit a lot of golf balls, and all these golf balls are being recorded on TrackMan. And when we start changing whether it's the head on the driver and or the golf shaft, based on the information that we're receiving, we will be able to see different results, and at the end fit you for a driver that you walk out the door with. It's got the best ball speed, the best launch characteristics, the best spin rates for you.
Fantastic. Mark, what aspect do you play into the technological aspect of our Academy team here?
The technological side, I think, is from a club fitting standpoint, I think I marry in real well with how John and Brad both do it. I think we've come up with some real neat processes, and we've used that technology to integrate into those processes that we use.
Okay.
I think that the thing that I see that's different about TrackMan, as an example, is that it's not an algorithm. It's not saw the golf ball go 3 inches and then it extrapolates what happened. It's actually Doppler radar that watches the golf ball in the air most times almost through its complete flight.
Okay.
So there's a lot of data, some of it probably too much, but the pieces that we use are extremely accurate.
Okay.
And they're telling for the consumer.
Fantastic. Brad, in what part of the technological aspect of our services do you provide most of the time? I know you do a lot of TrackMan, but you do some other things as well.
Yeah, I work with Sam Putt Lab as well as TrackMan, and in both pieces of equipment, the one thing that we haven't touched on in this little discussion here is the data, how it's presented to the customer. You can actually come in for Putt Lab, for example, try 3 different putters, and we can put a comparison report on the screen. So the data is presented in a way where the machine basically tells you what's going to work best based on what you do.
Okay.
In TrackMan, when we're using that, you're going to hit your equipment first, and we're going to compare your equipment to modern equipment. And we all the time have people that come in and we say, you know what, that fairway wood's so good that you've got, there's no reason to buy a new one unless you just want to buy a new one.
Okay.
So it's a very good comparison feature that is shown to the customer so they can really make informed decisions.
Do you guys take any of this information and email information to your golfers? I mean, as an example, let's say I had a lesson or a TrackMan session or a Sam Putt Lab session. Can I see that in the form of an email to me in some sort of format?
Yeah, I think everything we do
Okay.
can be sent back to the customer, whether it's a Sam Putt Lab report, a TrackMan report with all the numbers on it, or even video from a golf lesson.
Fantastic.
We share that with all of our students.
Do you? Good. Well, I know one of the things we've talked about in the past, and I'm hoping to see us implement soon, is being able to provide lessons online where they can go and view some of your lessons online, maybe purchase packages of lessons online where maybe they just buy a series of lessons that you've already done that they watch and maybe pay a fee for, or obviously they can come out here and get hands-on as well. So it's one aspect of the business I'd like to see us grow over time. Talk to us, if you would, guys, a little bit about ladies. I think the ladies part of the golf business is substantially overlooked in most facilities. What are we doing here at Woodwind Golf Club, guys?
I think we offer, again, going back to the equipment offerings from a fitting standpoint, ladies have more options to demo and try equipment outside, get fit for equipment, than they probably are going to find anywhere. We have a lot of our female players that just because they're ladies don't need to play ladies golf equipment.
Okay.
So maybe they're playing a senior flex or a lightweight regular flex. We have all those options for all the companies. So they can really truly get dialed into whether they're truly a ladies equipment player or a men's graphite player or a lightweight steel player.
Okay, good to know. And then the ladies feel comfortable doing all this, going through the process, ultimately being able to take some of what they've learned to the golf course. Is that part of the formula, so to speak?
Yeah, I think the entire team here has a lot of fun with the ladies, whether it's in the clinics that we do May through July outside, or whether it's during a club fitting, or we've even done some things indoors with the ladies as groups.
Have you? Good. What about one of the things that Matt Coho, my partner, and I have talked about is trying to incorporate maybe some more corporate clinics, and that's kind of a general term, but my thought about a corporate clinic is to have a group of 8 or a group of 12 where that person can connect with maybe 7 clients or 7 prospects or 7 friends and have them out here for a 2-hour or 4-hour type of corporate clinic. I know you guys have done some. You want to walk us through kind of how that happens with a corporate clinic?
Yeah, I think, the corporate stuff's really pretty neat because we can set up an environment in 4 hours where you go through a couple different spots, you rotate through, you get exposed a little bit to everything we do, so it's a little teaser, if you will, on club fitting, on putting, on short game, on full swing, and the customer can really see some potential for what they could come work on with us. From our standpoint, it's a way for us to expose what we do to their group of people.
Okay.
And we have one of our gentlemen out here brings a group out almost monthly, different customers. They come out, they go through basically the same routine every month, but it's different people.
Yep.
And that, for us, that leads to business, but for them, it really exposes Woodwind and what can happen here, so then that expands into them bringing customers of their own out. So
Sure.
It's really a nice snowball effect.
It's got to be great for them, I would think, connecting with their people. What a great way to spend some quality time.
Right, and like I said, we don't get too in-depth in detail. We keep it fun, we keep it light, have some drinks, have some snacks, whatever
Good.
the case might be. And they only spend 15-20 minutes in an area, and then they kind of rotate through. So it's really a fast-paced event.
Can they get food and drink as well? Just you can order a lunch for the group or whatever?
Sure. We had a ladies group that came in that they had lunch, they had snacks, they had
Beverages,
the whole deal.
Okay.
So,
in regards to junior golf, and I know people talk junior golf about, like most places, talk about service, and it's kind of a given, but we take it pretty seriously. I know we're going to focus a little bit more substantially in 2013 on junior golf, but Mark, maybe give us a little bit of understanding what is involved in our junior golf program.
I think our junior golf program, I think we touch all the bases. I think we, you know, we're not just holding hands, we're not just babysitting. We get them involved in the technology. I think that's really neat. I think John and Brad have put together some programs that that are not just basic golf swing stuff. I mean,
Okay.
I think we really do a good job of exposing them to just about everything we do.
Yeah, I think the offerings, I mean, if you really look at junior golf here at Woodwind, from a basic junior golf program during the summer and camps, one-day camps, multi-day camps, to having the Junior Golf League, which started in 2012, to what we do with high school golfers, and then with the JDP program. Brad has a very similar program. So again, we're in touch with a lot of junior/high school golfers every day.
Fantastic.
All three of us.
Well, I know that the main source of business through the academy, and once again, I like to make sure that our viewers understand that the academy is a little bit unique in that we really do focus. We create a little bit of a destination for golfers to come to Woodwind, but the bread and butter of our business as it relates to the academy is instruction. Although club fitting and all that is very critical, and all the different programs are critical, but how easy is it for someone to set up a lesson with one of you guys? How do they go about doing that?
There's information on the website that lists all of our contact information. It's got all of our personal cell phones as well as emails on there.
Okay.
You can also call the golf shop and get directed to us. They can give you a general idea of our schedule.
Okay.
All three of us, I think, pretty much book all of our own stuff, so we're readily available. I know John and myself especially are here almost 7 days a week. Mark's here probably 6 to 7 days a week. Mark's a little busier than John and I from the outside because he does have all the club tech work, and he also coaches both boys and girls for Guerin, so he's kind of doubling up from a high school coaching standpoint.
Sure.
So it takes up a lot of his time, but all of us are available, and you can find a time to get in with all of us.
Is there, just out of curiosity, if I'm John or Mary Doe looking to set up a lesson with one of you guys, is it pretty easy for me just to say, you know, I think I'm going to select John Hoover? How do I just select somebody? How do I do that?
Yeah, I know when people contact me, if let's say it's a young player getting ready to get started, if they're thinking about being at Guerin, or if they're a Westfield student, I'm going to definitely push them in the direction of these guys with John coaching, Mark coaching. If it's a program like we ran over Christmas, where we ran a little winter tune-up special where they actually get a 45-minute session with all three of us, so they can kind of pick and choose. Recently had a student who said, I want to come in and try a lesson with you, then try a lesson with John, maybe one with Mark.
Sure.
So I think, you know, the other two would agree that we're pretty open to finding the best fit for the student. We're all going to kind of get to the same place at the end of the day, but how I get there versus how John or how Mark gets there, it might vary a little bit, and might be able to communicate to the student a little better. That's our biggest challenge in instruction, is communicating what we're trying to get them to learn.
Yeah, I think I think we're even tag teamed by a couple of instructors. I mean, I know that we ask each other to take a look at our students, and
Sure.
just another set of eyes and another set of thoughts on what's going on.
I know when that happens, I think the consumer, our customer, really has a good time when that happens. Feels very relaxed that there's maybe three heads watching what he's doing.
Yeah.
The same question can be asked from a fitting standpoint too. Which guy do I go to get fit with?
Sure.
And I currently have a customer that's wanting some specialty shaft work done. So I spoke to Mark just this morning about, hey, when we do this fit, I want you to be there as well, because I very well could turn that guy over to Mark if he's going to do some things that maybe the company doesn't offer for him, some specialty tech things. And again, you can't find that at anywhere, hardly in the Midwest. And so we have a pretty unique situation for some high-end products.
Good. So you guys represent really almost all products, all manufacturers. They can go to the website, which is woodwindgolf.com. They can find John, they can find Brad, they can find Mark. Kind of get to know you guys through the website, maybe through these interviews. Select who they'd like to work with. Come out, maybe do a session or more. Maybe do a club fitting. Maybe put a group together for a corporate group or whatever it might be. So there really is a variety of reasons for them to possibly come out here to the academy. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. And I think the one other thing that I'd like to touch on from an instruction and fitting standpoint is a lot of people don't know if they're ready to get fit for golf clubs or if they need lessons first.
Okay.
And every day we have people that come in for lessons that we find out that it's maybe an equipment issue that we're going to suggest something, or vice versa. They come in for a club fitting and they really need to work on something in their golf swing
Fair enough.
first. The final piece about fitting is we do a ton of fitting business for other clubs
There you go.
in the area. So Crooked Stick, Mr. Pancake will send people over. Same thing at Woodland, same thing at Sagamore Club. So
Bridgewater, right?
Yeah, Bridgewater.
Sure.
They'll bring people over to us all the time, and then we'll send the sale back to their golf club, so they
Good.
can still support their club.
Good.
But those clubs maybe don't have the option to have all the fitting systems or have the technology available. So we work very closely with PGA professionals in the area. One of my highlights, and for me personally, is last year we helped 38 PGA pros in the state,
Wow.
either with their games, a student's game, or a customer or member's game,
Fantastic.
either from instruction or club fitting.
And what different packages do you guys offer with regards to instruction?
On paper,
Yeah.
I mean, we're about as flexible as it comes. I mean, really, the whole idea here is that we will adapt a game plan for the need of the golfer.
Okay.
And I think you've got three guys sitting here that really take some heart and take a good look at that, and we'll adapt a game plan, a package that are available from single lessons to packaged lessons. If we want to combo up husband and wife,
Okay.
father and son,
Okay.
you name it, we'll
Good.
really take care of that. Or if Mrs. Smith has two of her friends who want to come out, we'll combo that up as well.
And they can get on the golf course too for a different sort of package?
Yeah, we really haven't touched a whole lot. I know that I think all three of us really take some heart to taking the golfers out on the golf course. And again, it's all about learning how to play golf.
Sure.
It has to be successful out there. It never really works in the end.
Understanding where to use certain shots, certain clubs, course management, I guess you would call it. And that's probably the weakness for a lot of beginners. They really don't know how to make their way around a golf course. I think it's probably fair to say.
People can come out for single sessions, a package of 6 sessions. They can come out on monthly programs. So it really depends on what level of time commitment they want to put into it from an instruction standpoint.
Great. Well, great having you guys here today, and great having you guys here, period. But thank you for all the contributions you make to the Academy at Woodwind Golf Club, and let's keep her going. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doug.